Hey, what's up, everybody? This is your boy AJTRIP, and welcome to a special episode of That's the Shoot, the WWE Awards edition. In this episode, we are going to give out the awards for Superstar of the Year, Performer of the Year, Match of the Year, and so many more. And at the end, also, we will take time to acknowledge those that we lost in the wrestling world. But as of now, let's go ahead and let's get started with the awards. First up, Rivalry of the Year. Up first, Rivalry of the Year. Nominees are Seth Rollins vs. Rey Mysterio, Edge vs. Orton, Roman Reigns vs. Jey Uso, Drew McIntyre vs. Randy Orton, and the Apollo Crews vs. the Hurt Business. All fine rivalries. We could have put on there also the Profits versus the Viking Raiders, and also the Profits versus Andrade and Angel Garza. But we went with those five as the nominees. And the winner of Rivalry of the Year, Rey Mysterio and Seth Rollins. This led to this infamous eye match, and led to so much more, to Buddy Murphy being girlfriends with Rey Mysterio's daughter. Led to a match between Rey's son Dominic and Seth at SummerSlam, his debut match, a fine match as it be for his debut thing, and it's pretty much been, it was pretty much a dominant, setting over the Rollins head over the Mysterios, until at the very end Murphy turned his back on him and Rollins lost to the Mysterios and then lost to Murphy himself. And obviously he went off to take care of Becky Lynch and their new child, which, by the way, congratulations to both of you guys. But yeah, I think without a doubt, we're talking about the night after WrestleMania, when Rey Mysterio and Seth Rollins sowed the seeds of a rivalry, and it ended. It ended just before Survivor Series in November. A long, long time, a long, long rivalry. Congratulations, Seth Rollins and Rey Mysterio, Rivalry of the Year. Next up, we got the Most Improved. Your nominees are Jey Uso, Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest, Bayley, Dominic Mysterio, Randy Orton, and Kyle O'Reilly. All took their games up another level, in ring and out. Some doing their best work in years, some proving that they belonged in such a short time. But all in all, who will win the Most Improved Wrestler? The winner is Kyle O'Reilly. I could have went so many directions. Randy Orton, like I mentioned, doing some of his best work. Jey Uso, with his brother on the shelf, becoming a star with the help of his cousin Roman. McIntyre just doing what he's done best. Bayley, who would have thought Bayley would have been such a fantastic heel? Dominic Mysterio, who would have been the fact that he really only messed up once or twice in the limited time he's been in the ring. It would have been amazing. But Kyle O'Reilly, I feel, has taken another level. Mic work, in-ring work, battle for the NXT Championship. Is battling again for it at New Year's Eve against Finn Balor. I think that without a question that Kyle O'Reilly is the most improved star in WWE/NXT this year. There's no doubt about that. The Tag Team of the Year award is next. Let's check out the nominees. The Street Profits, the Viking Raiders, Garza and Andrade, The New Day, Cesaro and Nakamura, and the Hurt Business. all showed fine work as tag teams throughout this year. But there can only be one winner. And the winner, the tag team of the year, it is the Street Profits. How could you not give this award to a team who basically started off the year as Raw Tag Team Champions, and they will have ended the year as SmackDown Tag Team Champions? More than likely, at the time of this taping, they are still SmackDown Tag Team Champions. At some point before this airs, they may lose it, but that's neither here nor there. At the time of this taping, they are the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. So it it is incredible to see what these two players have done. Montez Ford, D'Angelo Dawkins, going the entire year as being a champion. It's incredible, and they've done incredible work as well. They did some goofy shit, Viking Raiders, and when they were doing their Viking Prophets thing, and they did fucking ninjas and everything like that. But that's neither here nor there. I'm not gonna put that against them. It is even though I could, I'm not gonna put that against them. Viking Prophets, the Street Profits, obviously, are the tag team of the year. Moment of the year. This is something that you can never forget. You never want to, I guess. Or you talk about that moment of when you were there. So here are the nominees for Moment of the Year. Otis and Mandy kissing at WrestleMania. Otis finally gets the girl after months of chasing Mandy Rose, and then some stuff that went down, proving that even though Otis is Otis and Mandy is Mandy, and things and everything, saying for the longest time it was the best thing going on SmackDown. And then finally, Otis beat Dolph Ziggler at WrestleMania. A kiss between Mandy and Otis set the world on fire. Becky Lynch announces that she's pregnant. Another wonderful moment. Becky Lynch. Something that is real, because Becky Lynch's man character has been getting on a lot of people's nerves, and she is just, she's not that. She's not that person. That is not a character that is her turned up to 12. That is not. The character that she is she's the one that runs down to the ring and doing the flipping the hair and things like that. And what you saw here with her announcing her pregnancy, that's her. That's her being her. And hopefully she comes back. If she decides to come back, she comes back as going back to being that character instead of being the man. She can still be a star. She can still be atop the women's division, but she doesn't have to act like she doesn't have to be the man. Edge returning at the Royal Rumble. Man, I was watching that night. Edge having to give up his dream of being a professional wrestler. I was also watching the couple nights later when the crowd, I forget where it was, but the crowd started to thank Edge's mom. That's a moment that you never forget. And Edge returning, coming back, having a neck surgery, and then entering the Royal Rumble and lasting to the final three. That's something that you can never forget. So Edge returning, making his return to the Royal Rumble. How about another return? Roman Reigns' return. And this one was just a totally different. We've seen Reigns come back from certain things. We've seen Reigns show rage. This is a totally different feeling. You knew something had happened. You knew Reigns was a different person. He was a different type of person. And we soon found out later that he was now the head of the table. with new teeth. Roman Reigns is returning. Keith Lee becoming the first NXT double champion, winning the NXT and North American Championship by defeating Adam Cole. A great moment for Keith, making it even more special. The fact that he did this just after his trainer had passed away. Good job on Keith Lee. Now on the main roster, possibly, maybe making a run into the main event of WrestleMania. We'll wait and see. And finally, Rollins taking out Mysterio's eye. There were some rumors that they were gonna do maybe some CGI. There was some things that were going on, but no, they didn't go the CGI route. They went they switched, but the smoke and mirrors and did some clever trick photography, and boom, Roman Mysterio with his eye popped out, or at least what looked to be his eye. It's a moment that you never forget. That's for sure. What kind of moment? I can't say, but it's a moment that you never forget. And the winner of Moment of the Year, when you announce that you are giving birth to another life, there's no bigger moment than that in somebody's life. So, Becky Lynch, announcing she was pregnant, it's the moment of the year. It's without question. And once again, they recently had their baby girl. They gave her the name of Ro. I believe that's what it's called. So I don't know if it's Ro Quinn, Becky Lynch's last real last name Quinn, or if it's if they're going by Seth Rollins' real last name. I think it's Lopez. Yeah. So who knows? Or maybe it's who knows? Maybe they're calling her Ro Rollins or Ro Lynch or something. They're giving her the gimmick name already. Either way it goes, congratulations once again, and it's my WWE Moment of the Year. Next up, Performer of the Year. This is having to do with in-ring work only. The nominees are Roman Reigns, Rhea Ripley, Drew McIntyre, Keith Lee, Io Shirai, Randy Orton, and Seth Rollins. All have done fantastic work inside the square circle in the year 2020. All have performers that have done good work in the past and will probably continue to do great work in the future. However, as always, there can only be one winner. And the winner for Performer of the Year 2020 is without a doubt Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns coming back after taking a sabbatical for COVID, and then coming back and just being just so incredible. He's got 2 5-star matches on his ledger, both with his cousin Jey Uso. But still, it's incredible work. He's got some 4-star plus match with Drew McIntyre, and he just recently had a 4-star TLC match with Kevin Owens. He's done other good work as well. He's come back and he's just become he's become the guy that they've wanted to make him. And I think here's one of the things that people talking about. They're talking about that, where was this Roman? And I started to think about this. I think if they would have done this when we wanted him to, whether it was after WrestleMania 31 with Lesnar, or if it was after WrestleMania 32 with Triple H, or any point at a time when we felt that a heel turn could have helped him out, we wouldn't have gotten this character. We wouldn't have gotten this character. It's not only took time for Roman Reigns to get on top, to be on top for as long as he has. It's also maybe taking some of these other things. The leukemia coming back, the stuff with COVID, something like that to maybe for him to sit back and look back and figure out how does he want to go about this. If he was going to do this turn, how was he going to go about this? And do this character change. And I don't think that maybe that could have happened back in early in his career, but we should be happy that it's happening. It is happening now, and he is the best thing in the wrestling going. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And with 2 5-star matches, like I said mentioned earlier, he, I think, without question, is Former of the Year. Next up is Match of the Year. Here's how we determine the matches of the year. I would have to have given you a 4.5 or better star rating for that match. That's how you determine the match of the year. And we have a couple. Let's go ahead and let's get right into them. First nominee for match of the year, going all the way back to January at Worlds Collide, if you can believe that right now. The return of DIY. Tommaso Ciampa and Giovanni Gargano taking on Mustache Mountain, Tyler Bate, and the other one. I forget his name right now. But yeah, they had a fantastic match. I already gave it a 4 3/4 star match. It was fantastic. Truly awesome. DIY won, but earned Mustache Mountain's respect. And he leave that back in January at Worlds Collide. Unreal. Next nominee, the Smackdown Elimination Chamber match. This was the tag team match with the Miz and Morrison, coming back, New Day, the Lucha House Party, and a few others I think were in there as well. And they put on a show of shows that night, and they stole the show. I had it as also 4 3/4 stars. Truly fantastic match. Shout out to all of those guys in that match. That was back in February. The Elimination Chamber match. Because I know it's like, some of you guys are going to be like, February? Yep, that was February of this year. Not last year, this year. Edge versus Orton. The greatest match ever at Backlash. This match was fantastic. It's I in my live review gave it 5 stars. When I look back at it, it is probably a 4.5, somewhere in the middle between 4.5 and 4 3/4 stars. But it is, again, it was just fantastic. It was something that it was awesome, and it was something that that was supposed to be for the Saudi Arabia. They were going to do this match in Saudi Arabia, but with everything closing down and everything like that, they did it on Backlash, and we did it one hell of a time. After Edge defeated Randy Orton in a last man standing match at WrestleMania 36, they decided to go here and do a wrestling contest, a wrestling match, and so that ended up being awesome as well. Just incredible. And Edge and Orton put on a hell of a show. Orton won that match, but we were all left going, just fantastic work. Unbelievable from these two guys. Next, Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso at Clash of the Champions. Oh, you want to talk about, you know, while the Edge and Orton match was about it was more about the move and the in-ring work that this was about. This one right here was given 5 stars by me because of the in-ring storytelling. The storytelling was epic, and it just could not be beaten. Or maybe it could have been, but it was, at least at that time when I watched it, I thought it could not be beaten. Great story told, and just everything done by Roman Reigns and Jey Uso during that time was pretty awesome. So Roman Reigns and Jey Uso at Clash of Champions, and finally their rematch, right at the I Quit match at Hell in a Cell. And like I said, who would have thought that you could have beat that at Clash of Champions, and they did it at Hell in a Cell. Again, maybe not so much when it comes to the in-ring work of being a 5-star match, but in-ring storytelling was a 5-star classic. Truly awesome. These two just, again, put it on things, doing things to themselves that you wouldn't think they're doing. The stuff again was Jimmy, and Jimmy was at the Clash of Champions doing the same thing. He was doing it tall, and Jimmy was here, and he was being choked out, allowing Jey Uso to say, "I quit." And then when he was given the delay, and then he walked to the ramp to his uncle and his father, given the thing to be the tribal chief of the family. Such good shit, as Vince would say. Yeah. So to recap the nominees: DIY, which is Mustache Mountain from Worlds Collide; the Smackdown Elimination Chamber match at Elimination Chamber; the greatest wrestling match ever at Backlash; Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso at Clash of Champions; and Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso the I Quit match at the Hell in a Cell match. And the winner for match of the year, well, it's two. It's Jey Uso versus Roman Reigns at Hell in a Cell, and the greatest wrestling match ever. And the reason why I give it to both of them is because of the um, the dichotomy between the two. Like I talked about, Reigns and Uso, work wise, maybe wasn't the best, but the in-ring storytelling was epic. It's a 5-star classic, for without a doubt. And then the Edge and Orton, that was the in-ring work, the moves they did, and they did the work with the moves. And like I said, I think I've got it about somewhere in between the 4.5 to 4 3/4 stars, even though I originally gave it a 5-star match in the aftermath, right after in my rapid reaction. But still, I think these two were the best matches. Incredible. And I know somebody said, well, when you gave the Elimination Chamber and you gave the DIY stuff 4 and a 7, but I will admit there's something old school feeling about the Randy Orton and Edge match that really just brings my heart, because I'm an old school guy at heart. And then of course, like I mentioned, the in-ring storytelling was just incredible. So matches of the year belong to Edge and Randy Orton for the greatest wrestling match ever, and Roman Reigns and Jey Uso for their fantastic work at Hell in a Cell. Before we get to Superstar of the Year, I want to give a particular shout out to Pat McAfee, I'm not sure what happened, but he had a fantastic match with Adam Cole at one of the takeovers, and then he was doing such good stuff on the mic on doing the NXT. I'm not sure if he's doing the part-time gig because he also works for ESPN. And as the college football season starts to slow down, he is, he should be. If he isn't doing part time, he should be more a part of the show. If it isn't a part time thing, if it is a part time thing, That's it's okay. That's totally fine. And even if it was just a one or two off type of situation, I think that's good as well. But I would like to see him back again, and him doing these things. Pete Dunne and Danny Burch and Ernie Lurkin are still together. Basically, they've been doing so they can still have some fun like this. And yeah, it's still I think Pat McAfee still needs to do have it with Adam Cole. Doesn't you think? They need one more match. Why not? Come on, Pat. Let's get it. One more match. One more match. One more match. And the last award given out tonight, Superstar of the Year. This encompasses everything. Not only the in-ring work, but the promos, the outer ring work, everything that goes into being a WWE superstar. And here are the nominees: Drew McIntyre, Io Shirai, Roman Reigns, Rhea Ripley, Bayley, and Randy Orton. All showed prowess in and out of the ring, in their promos, in their matches, in just the physical and non-physical stuff that they did throughout the year. But there can only be one winner. And the winner of the 2020 Superstar of the Year, it is Drew McIntyre. And what Drew has done, while Roman was sitting out because of the COVID virus, being immunocompromised, and sitting out for his family, he was having a new baby, and all of his elders and everything that went down. Drew put the WWE on his back and carried it for a long time. And he did such a great job. Was booked strong. His promo skills were incredible. He made you feel like he was a big deal. And he is. He is a big deal. And he will be a big deal for a lot longer than we ever thought he could be. Roman Reigns and Drew McIntyre could be on top for a very long time. And I have no problem with that. With that being said, the Superstar of the Year for 2020 goes to the Scottish psychopath, Drew McIntyre. So to recap, the Rivalry of the Year, Rey Mysterio versus Seth Rollins, Most Improved went to Kyle O'Reilly. Tag Team of the Year with the Street Profits. Moment of the Year was Becky Lynch announcing her pregnancy. Performer of the Year goes to Roman Reigns. Match of the Year was a tie between the greatest match ever between Edge and Randy Orton and the Hell in a Cell I Quit match between Roman Reigns and Jey Uso. And Superstar of the Year goes to Drew McIntyre. 2020 was a wild year in many ways than you can count. And let's hope that 2020 is just as wild, just as good, and just as better without the whole coronavirus pandemic situation. Let's hope to see fans back in arenas in 2021. Post your comments down below. Tell me what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think about my awards, who wins. Was there anything that I missed? Do you disagree with my nominations? Yes, please look down in the comments section. And for those of you who may be wondering, why are you doing WWE and not doing any other organizations? Well, I'll say it like this. I don't watch any other organizations. Ring of Honor, Impact, New Japan, that I don't watch. And AEW, who I do watch on Wednesdays, I don't watch their pay-per-views at this point in time. So I feel that it is at this point. I feel it's just best for me to do WWE awards. Maybe somewhere down the line, maybe I might do a full section of awards. But I think for right now, I'm going to stick with just doing the WWE awards. And yeah, I think that's the best right now. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. And now it's time for us to honor those who we've lost in 2020. May all of you rest in peace. We'll never forget you.